What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be taking on Sif, and the reason we're doing this is because it unlocks one of the 4 Great Soul bosses. So first things first, you want to start in Undead Parish and head down to see the blacksmith. You're going to need 20,000 souls for this, so you know, you can go and get that however you see fit. I pretty much just like to plan ahead and realize I'm doing this boss next, and then just save some of the souls left over from the last boss that I killed. Pretty much every boss at this point in the game should give you that 20,000. So you want to buy the Crest of Artorias here. You only need one of them. He only sells one of them, so we're good to go. After that, you want to head into Darkroot Garden. I'm just gonna go ahead and speed this bit up, and you can just follow along, and we'll go to that first bonfire. Alright, so all you gotta do is walk up to this door and press open. You put the crest in there, and there we go. Now before you go any further, this is like the hot spot for PvP in this game. So if you're a human right now, you're probably going to get invaded here. There's a very, very good chance of it. If we go in there a little bit, there are some NPCs in there that belong to this covenant that we can actually join up ahead. So you have two options. You can either try to kill them or just run past them, and you can join this covenant just by talking to an NPC up ahead, and they will become friendly. So I'm gonna do that just because I feel it's the easiest way. So pretty much just go straight ahead. You can see one off to the right casting spells, one right in front of us try to swing a sword at us. There's a cleric off to the right here, and this guy dressed like a bandit that doesn't know which way to run to get me. Just gonna run in here, talk to you. They're not gonna be aggroed.
Thou fared well to find me, but cometh thee not for the grave of Sir Artorias.
We are here for this grave of Sir Artorias.
Forget this. The legend of Artorias art none but a fabrication. Traversing the dark. 'Tis but a fairy tale. Have thine respect. Go not yonder knocking for nothing, I say.
Go ahead and just say yes.
Well, indeed, thou art a strange one. Nevertheless, I feel some liking for thee. I'm Alvina of the Darkroot Wood. I command a clan of hunters who track down defilers of the forest graves. What dost thou say? Wilt thou not join us? Oh, yes, I believe we would suit thee well.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say yes to this. You're gonna end up joining the covenant. If you say no, she'll just disappear, and all those guys outside will become hostile. There we go.
And here taketh this ring. If thou wearest that ring, it allows for thine summoning. If mine senses reveal intruders, then I will summon thee. Fend them off, sir. I beseech only this. I shall summon others who will, by their honor, work tirelessly with thee. Thou shalt receive great reward, and whatsoever we shall pillage will be thine own. A true agreement, my son. But thou must heed the golden rule. The clan is thine own farm. To thine kinsmen forever stay true. Darest not in any attempt to double-cross. Have no doubt, such wretchedness never will we tolerate.
Okay, so basically all the information you need to know, she just said. She kind of speaks like Shakespeare, so it might be a little difficult to understand. As you can see, though, they're, I'm not going to say friendly, but they're non-hostile. What she said at the end, that golden rule, if you kill any of these, you're pretty much out of the covenant. Like, they'll be hostile. You're kind of out of luck. So don't kill any of these guys. And that cat ring we got, basically you put that on, and if you're in this area or if other players come through this area, you'll be summoned here to kill them. So, as she said, our job basically is to protect the grave of Artorias. Now, even though we said that we would help with that, we're gonna go rob it, so... well, what can you do? Now, we're pretty much in the clear from here on out. Just want to point out one thing real quick. Right here, you can get stone armor. You might recognize that from those guys in Darker Garden, kind of by the Moonlight Butterfly. So moving ahead here, you see all these mushroom children. They're bigger mushrooms you can see off there in the distance. They hit very, very hard, but they're really slow, pretty easy to dodge. They, however, can drop gold pine resin, so this is where you'd want to go if you wanted to farm that out. You probably haven't actually seen any since the 3 that you pick up in the Undead Burg, so pretty handy little spot if you ask me. Now the boss fight is right here. Gonna go ahead and open this. I assume you use the Crest of Artorias for that too, even though it doesn't say a message, but you don't have to buy 2 of them, so. And as we walk up to this grave here, we are going to trigger the boss fight. Now before we do that, I'm going to walk around to the back of it, and there's an item here. Right here we get the Hornet Ring. This is the 3rd ring you've probably encountered. That belongs to one of the 4 Knights of Gwyn. This one is really, really nice, mostly for PvP. It boosts critical attacks significantly. So basically, if you parry and then riposte someone or backstab them, you'll do a lot more damage. But I'm gonna start the boss now. Alright, so here we go. Oh boy, I did not get my shield up in time. So, I find that the easiest way to do this boss is to just kind of try to stay under the boss, right between the 4 legs. And he really won't be able to hit you. Most of his attacks, as you can see, he's a dog using a sword, so he's kind of limited in what he can do. Just for obvious reasons. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to get down here. He'll do that as well, but I mean, most of the attacks are pretty easy to see coming. Like, he doesn't do anything too crazy that would really catch you off guard, really surprise you. That comes in pretty quick, so I like to keep my shield up, but... and it's kind of hard to block, so I don't really have enough stability to be doing that with this shield, to be honest with you. I'm gonna go ahead and heal up. You can't use the gravestone to kind of keep him away from you. Much like the pillars in Ornstein Smo. He'll do a full spin like that. Really, the farther away you are from this boss, like right here, right where you would expect the sword to be able to hit you, that's the most dangerous area. If you're in an area where you wouldn't expect the sword to be able to hit you, it probably won't. So again, just stay right underneath. Now once you get him fairly low health, he will start to kind of limp and he'll slow down a lot. I think he's starting to do it now, maybe. Let's back off and see here. No, he's still fine. That should do it. So now as you see, really kind of tired looking, very slow. So at this point, like, he's so low, you're pretty much guaranteed to beat him, but just so you know, the timings will slightly change because of that. We're gonna go ahead and finish this. So we get the Covenant of Artorias and the Soul of Sif. And Humanity and Homeward Bone. Now this is actually the Grave of Artorias. If you haven't been paying attention up till now, you probably already knew that though. And that was Artorias' sword that Sif was using. And basically, you learn more about those two if you play through the Artorias of the Abyss DLC. And because you actually like kind of travel back in time to where one, Artorias was still alive, and obviously Sif as well. They're kind of a duo. But basically, you get a special cutscene if you do that DLC before you come here, because Sif will actually remember you. It's really, really cool. But we need that Covenant of Artorias to be able to fight one of these next few bosses. Covenant of Artorias, the ability to traverse Abyss. This ring symbolizes Knight Artorias' covenant with the beasts of the Abyss. It's where, like Artorias himself, can traverse the Abyss. So basically, Artorias is like a legend in this world, and he's the only person, the only man who is able to actually walk into the Abyss and not die, because most people just kill them instantly. And if you try this next boss fight without having that ring on, you will also just die instantly, so you're gonna want that. Now, there are some cool items around here that you can get if you take the time to explore. I'm not going to show you where they all are, just kind of be careful, especially if you're not in that covenant. You will likely get invaded or just outright killed by those NPCs. But that's going to do it for this video. The next one, we're going to be taking on the 4 kings with this ring that we just got. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys next time.